score from Braehead Arena. Braehead Clan 4, Dundee Stars 3. It's the last home game of the season, so if you can't beat them, join them.
All right, there you go. Taught you one thing anyway.
There we go. Paul Gardner's with me as Clan win 4-3 tonight. Paul, you've done it again against Dundee, a comeback. Talk me through that one. How was your heart?
Well, it was a nerve-wracking game, but I think maybe coming back last week might have helped and gave us a little bit of energy that we could do it again. But I'm just proud of this group. We've dug down. We had a terrible stretch for a while, and everybody, I think, sort of wrote us off. And this group's just battled and 3 big wins in a row and got ourselves into the playoffs. And now we just keep rolling along. But I'm really proud of this group and the effort that all these guys gave.
Now, I would think it's fair to say Clan were rattled in the first period. Ryan Watt getting his game misconduct. What would your view of that?
Well, yeah, I mean, Ryan, Ryan's got to try and use a little bit of discipline and walk away from it, but you get water squirted in your face, it's tough to do that, and so he just reacted the way he did, and Ryan's been a good member of this team, and we backed him, and that's fine. It got us behind the 8 ball, obviously getting a 5-minute penalty, and but again, when you're a good teammate, the guys try and bail you out, and I know they wanted to bail Ryan out, and it all worked.
It was a much more composed performance in the second period. Started to turn it around. Ash Goldie getting the goal early on, then Dundee pulled it back to 3-1. It was certainly a case of deja vu again.
Yeah, it was. In the third goal, Steve Bernstein made a great play. He goes back and chips the puck, and it hits their guy's foot and ends up in our net. So you're thinking, wow, are we ever going to get a break? But again, we just tried to stay positive and working together. And guys like Ash Goldie and Bernstein and Bernstill, sorry, I was too excited. Bernstill their leadership takes over, and guys like Matty Haywood and just winning the battles all the time. I could list them all, but they just battled, and we got rewarded.
Jay Galbraith got assists in all 4 goals. We haven't seen the best of him this season, but certainly it looked as though it's one of his performances of the season.
Yeah, Jade's worked a lot harder lately and bought into our system a little bit more, and I think he's frustrated with the year went, but he sees an opportunity to turn his season around and wheel and deal here tomorrow and in the playoffs. So it's great. He's a talented guy, and I'm excited that he's playing the way he is, and he might be the guy that we all follow in the playoffs here.
Now, I'm not an expert on maths by any stretch, but judging by the Gardner conference table, Braehead have 2 regulation wins ahead of Dundee, which would put them ahead in terms of seedings for the playoffs. If Dundee beat Edinburgh home and away, then they'll nick it off Braehead by wins alone. Are you going to be an Edinburgh fan the next 2 nights?
Well, certainly you are, but I mean, my wife and I talked about this the one night, and I finally just told her to stop giving me what happens if, that, and everything. Let's just go out and play our games, and when it's all done, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, you certainly want to get every break you can, and if you want things to go your way, but we can't control it. We got to go into Fife tomorrow and win the hockey game, and then we'll see what happens.
But yeah, Fife tomorrow, that's going to be a tough game. They're a very formidable team at home. If memory serves me correctly, they've won 8 out of their last 9 at home.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a much tougher test, are you?
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's just the time of year that you've got to get a test. And, the pressure's probably a little on them now. They've got to win to get themselves in. And so if we can ever grab a goal lead or 2, then the pressure jumps their way. So, we're coming off 3 wins in a row, so hopefully we'll just steamroll that over.
Good stuff. Thanks very much for joining us, Paul.
Great.
All the best for tomorrow.
Great. Good looking tie. I like it. Thanks.
Thank you.